Hello, welcome to this course on Six Sigma Black Belt. What is Six Sigma? Sigma is a Greek notation which is used normally to define the standard deviation. So, sigma means standard deviation. With the help of standard deviation, we can quantify the variability of a process. So, Six Sigma means our variability is such a low that possibility of creating defects, producing defects is much less. It is as low as 3 to 4 defects in 1 million or 10 lakhs possibilities. So if we do an operation 10 lakhs of time, and if we only produced 3 or 4 times defective product or defective services, then such a level is called Six Sigma level. This kind of measurement, and based on the measurement, the improvement techniques of quality were developed by Bill Smith of Motorola. Then these techniques were perfected for implementation by Allied Signal, GE and many more companies, and they found that the Six Sigma approach is a good tool or approach for improvement. Six Sigma includes many such tools available for improvement, and they are structured in a process called define, measure, analyze, improve and control. So various tools of qualities are used in this approach of solving the problem. So Six Sigma is used for improving the quality by solving problem using an approach called define, measure, analyze and improve. And in this process, many of the statistical and management tools and improvement tools are used finally to get the result and control the processes. There are many tools which are used in Six Sigma. Suppose we take the define phase of Six Sigma. In this define phase, we first quantify or understand our problem. What is the negative effect of the problem? What is the undesirable effect? So for understanding that effect, we have to use some kind of tools. Such tools may be like we map the process. Ideally the process should be working like this, but actually there are so many wastage of material, wastage of movement, wastage of travel time, wastage of waiting time, defect creation, customer complaints. So all these negative impacts should be studied. So there are tools such as VSM, value stream mapping, can be used, where we look at the process, how it is being run, and what are the non-value added activities which can be taken up for improvement using a Six Sigma approach. There can be tools such as making a SIPOC diagram. SIPOC means supplier, input, process, output and customer. So this sequence, we have to understand the processes and we have to understand whether any non-value adding activities or any unnecessary processes are being carried out. We have to study the process capability. Process capability means how much variation is there in the process as compared to how much allowable tolerance or specifications. So that ratio is called process capability. So we may have to use such kind of tools. Or how many times our process has gone out of control. So we can use the tools such as control charts. Control charts are the normal graphs which has one axis as time axis, other axis as the variation of that parameter, with the statistically derived control limits, which are called upper control limit and lower control limit. So such kind of tools we have to use in various phases. In the measure phases, we have to use the measurement capability of our instrumentation and our operators. How accurately we are able to measure a parameter. Because many times the measurement error appears to be the process error. How to differentiate between a measurement error and a process error? So there is a tool called measurement system analysis, which includes the tools such as checking the gauge repeatability or gauge reproducibility. Repeatability means when we measure the same part multiple number of times, what is the variation of reading which we get. While reproducibility means when the same part is measured by many operators, what is the variation from operator to operator we get. And a combination of these two is called R and R, repeatability and reproducibility. In the measurement tool, we have to understand the measurement phase, we have to understand the sampling aspects. How much samples we should take depending on the previously demonstrated level of defects created by the process. So based on the previous defects, previous failures, previous customer complaints, how many samples we should take from a process, from a population, so that we are not missing the possibilities of missing any defect going to the customer is reduced. So such kind of sampling also to be understood in the measurement phase. Then there is an analysis phase. In the analysis phase, we have to use the tools such as what are the factors which affect the problem. What is the dependency of those factors? So we can use the tools such as developing a cause and effect diagram, or doing a 5-why analysis, or doing a hypothesis testing, or doing an analysis of variance. So such tools are available in statistical softwares and statistical methods. We can use these tools. Analysis of variance means what is the effect of a particular factor on a particular outcome, which is a response. So there are softwares and tools available which can separate the effect of one factor on the response or multiple factors on the response. There is a hypothesis testing tool in which we first assume something, then based on data and based on statistics, we prove or disprove our initial assumption. And based on that, we decide whether the improvement has happened or change has happened or not happened. We can quantify statistically using the hypothesis testing. Then there are other tools such as Pareto charts. What is the effect? What is the contribution of various defects on the outcome? It is based on 80-20 rules, which are the most important defects or most important factors out of the trivial many defects or many factors. So we can use the Pareto charts. Again, the control charts and process capabilities can also be used in the analysis phase also. Once we do all these analysis, we have to understand what kind of improvements are possible in that. Then we come to the improvement phase of Six Sigma. In the improvement phase, we use the tools such as what are the solutions available. We have to use tools like TRIZ. TRIZ is an innovation tool, Russian innovation tool, which is based on the design. We can use the FMEA tool, failure mode and effect analysis. What kind of failures has happened and what is the effect of those failures and what is the counteractions for those failures. We can use the tools such as POCA-UK, which is the mistake proofing of a problem. Can we use some kind of automation, some kind of tooling, some kind of gauges, some kind of jigs, some kind of fixtures, some kind of trips, limit switches, interlocks, etc., so that the mistake cannot happen in the process. What kind of improvements are possible when we look at the theory of constraint? So such tools also can be used. Which is our constraint? How to elevate that constraint? How to support that constraint? How to ensure that the constraint related resource is not wasted? So such kind of tools we have to use in the improvement phase of Six Sigma. And finally, when we implement the improvement, then we have to control so that we don't slip back. We don't come back to our previous defect levels, which is not Six Sigma. Once we improve the process to the levels of Six Sigma, that means 3 to 4 defects, not more than 3 to 4 defects per 10 lakhs or 1 million. When we improve the processes to that level, we have to control the processes so that consistently we get such level of performance. What are the control mechanisms? So we have to use the tools such as auditing, such as ISO systems, such as 5S systems, such as quality circles, such as Kaizens. 5S is what? A process of segregating necessary things and unnecessary things. A process of ensuring that there is a place for necessary things. A process of where we have to ensure that the necessary things can be retrieved faster. A process of cleaning up of the necessary things. A process of standardizing the things. Standardization of storage, standardization of usage, standardization of instructions. Then a process of habit forming, so that these things becomes a part of our daily routine when we work in a factory or in an office or environment. Kaizens are small improvement approach. Quality circles are the improvements done by the various operators who run the processes. Audits, ISO 9000, all these kind of systems are used for the control phase of Six Sigma approach. So if we use all these phases properly and take the projects which are the problems for the business, which are the real problems of bigger problems which cannot be solved by any other tools, these Six Sigma approach and its tools in the define, measure, analyze, improve and control phases can solve many of our problems which were not so easily solvable. Thank you.